So if you're a real estate agent and you're addicted to instant gratification and the quick fix, or you have shiny object syndrome, this is not the video for you. So you'll want to click the next video on YouTube. You definitely do not want to watch this video. However, if you're a real estate agent and you actually want to learn something and you can stay focused on something for a long period of time, then stay here and watch this video, because what I'm going to teach you today is what I've learned in my career to be the worst real estate advice I've ever gotten as a real estate sales person, as a real estate agent, right? And so what the worst advice I've ever gotten in real estate is the principle that says, if the person is not ready to list their home within the next 7 business days, you throw away the lead and you never, ever talk to it again. You crumple it up and you throw it right in your trash can. That's the worst advice I've ever been given since 2005 of me being in this industry. So 2005, as I'm recording this, we're almost at the end of 2018. So that's 13 going on 14 years in the industry. And the worst advice I was ever given was that if someone's not ready to list and sell their house within the next 7 days, that you throw away the lead, you never call them again. Now, I'm going to give you some tactics and some strategies and some specifics as to why that is the worst advice in real estate, why you should not listen to that advice, okay? And so it all starts off with an analogy that I give my students that are in my training and coaching company. And that is this. If you are, and a lot of my students love this analogy, but if you are married or in a relationship, or you've ever been in a relationship, think about this for a second, okay? So I'm going to draw this out for you really quick. Let me shut this. All right, so again, if you can't focus on some information for a long time, you should just click off this, because I'm not gonna rush through this video today. This video is only for people that actually want to learn, that actually apply what they learn, take action to get a result. All right, so let's just pretend this is a man, this is a woman, okay, and this is your wife, okay? And let's just say you've been married for 10 years. So you've been married for 10 years. Now, let's pretend for a second that 10 years ago, you called your wife, okay? So here's a little phone, and you call your wife for the first time, okay? For the very, very first time. You guys aren't married, you've never met before. You call her the first time to take her out on a date, okay? And the call sounds something like this. Ring, ring, hello. Hey, Jenny, this is Brandon. Our mutual friend, Amy, asked that I give you a call, said that you were awesome, that the two of us should meet. And so I want to call you and take you out to dinner. Are you open tonight? And your future wife says, yeah, I'll be open to that. And you turn right around and say, awesome. So when I see you tonight on our very first date, I'm going to get down on my knee and I'm going to propose to you. Yep, you heard that right. I'm going to propose to you. I'm going to ask you to marry me on our very first date. Now, if you like what you see and you like what I have to say, are you planning on saying yes and marrying me on our first date? And she says, hell no. Not no, hell no. Of course, that's pretty reasonable. Nobody would say, well, I shouldn't say nobody. There probably is somebody out there. But a very, very small percentage of the human race would say yes to that phone call because it's unreasonable. She probably hangs up the phone, calls the mutual friend Amy and says, who is this creep that you had call me that is planning to propose to me. I've never even met the dude before. And she probably files a restraining order, right? She probably calls the cops and says, hey, this creepy dude just called me. He's talking about marrying me. I don't even know who he is. Can you just go and take a look at this, right? But here's the problem. Conventional real estate trainers, coaches, speakers, all these quote unquote gurus are telling you that if this woman says that she's not going to marry you in the next 7 days, that you should throw away the lead, never call her again because she's not going to marry you. This is what they're telling you to do when you make the decision to become a listing agent. It doesn't make any sense, does it? No. How this worked was you met your future wife. You guys dated for probably a couple years. Then after a couple years of building this relationship, then you proposed to her. You probably had a 1 or 2 year engagement before the actual wedding, and then you became married over the last 10 years. It didn't happen like all these old-time real estate gurus are teaching us to do. You know, if they're not willing to marry you on the first date, throw away the lead. They're not willing to list their property with you on the first meeting within the next 7 days, throw away the lead, okay? So that's tactic and strategy number one. That's the first reason why this is the worst advice I was ever given as a real estate agent, all right? Let me give you some more. So that's one. Here's number two, okay? So as we end out this year, okay? Hopefully you guys can see this marker okay. I have closed 89 sales. Okay? 89 closed homes sold. Now, this is the crazy part. Okay, so I'm going to have two categories here. I'm going to have number of closings in this category, and then I'm going to have another category over here called follow up time. Now, my team and I had my assistant break down these two things on my personal production. Now, this is my personal sales, okay? I've got buyer's agents that have done buyer side deals on top of this. So here's how my numbers breaks down, okay? This is the craziest thing about this entire process. So I have my numbers right here. 13 of these 89, 13 of these closings, I was following up with these people for over 12 months. Okay, over 12 months. So 13 of my closed transactions, I was following up with them for over 12 months. Okay, the next category is 46. 46 of my closed transactions, I was following up with from 6 to 12 months. 6 to 12 months. Okay, 46 of my deals. 17 of my deals, I was following up with these folks from 3 to 6 months. And let me see, 13 of my 89 deals closed came from 0 to 3 months, okay? Now, this is why this is the worst advice in real estate. Had I taken that advice, which I did for many, many years, which maybe a lot of you take that same advice, had I taken that advice, well, watch this. All these deals would be gone. All these deals would be gone. All these deals would be gone. And I'd be left with 13 closed transactions for 2018 if I took that advice. Now, here's the crazier part about it. This is the crazier part. Of the 13, only 9 did I do business with on the first meeting. Only 9. 9 of the 13. So the other 4 came from following up for over a month is what that means. And so really the answer is not 13. I would have been left with 9 deals. I take that advice that's been given to real estate agents now for 30, 40, 50 years. If they're not ready to sign a contract within the next 7 days, throw away the lead. Never call it again. Well, had I taken that advice this year, as I'm recording this in 2018, my production would not have been 89 deals. It would have been 9 deals. That's the second reason why this is the worst advice in real estate. Let me give you one more. All right, so I'm going to draw I'll use black. I'm going to draw a graph on the board. Draw a graph on the board. Along the bottom, this is going to represent time, and this is going to represent percentage of listing conversion. All right, percentage of listing conversion, time. And so this is 0% chance to list a property. And this is, we'll just say these are weeks. Okay, so let me draw this out. So you got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, so on, all the way up till you get to 100. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so forth. Okay, now here's what I know to be true. This is what I train. This is what I preach. This is what I practice. This has been true for me my entire career and in my life with my own relationships. So what the advice is, if they're not ready to list or sign a contract within 7 days, get rid of them. That advice tells us that all conversion, this is what they're saying. Now, again, the people that give that advice, they don't sell houses. They probably haven't sold houses in years. But what they're telling you and every other real estate agent across the world is that all conversion takes place right here. This is what they're recommending. This is what they're suggesting. They're suggesting that all conversion happens right here. And if it doesn't, then you should not spend any time, resources, or energy on it at all. Okay? Well, here's what I know to be true. As time goes past, okay? As time goes past, and this is how the arrow goes, I believe so does the percentage of conversion possibility. Meaning that if I meet somebody, and I'll just use a green, if I meet somebody right here, so this is first meeting. This represents first meeting, first. I believe that over time, as I build this relationship up this line, as I build this relationship, the likelihood of me converting them into a client where I earn a commission, I believe that goes up. I believe it goes up, not down, right? And it's just natural. As you start to build relationships with people, as they start to trust you, as you start to provide them more value over time, well, doesn't it make sense? Wouldn't you agree that it's pretty reasonable to believe that these people are going to do business with you over time? And if you say, yes, that makes sense to me, well, then you won't take this advice either. You'll know that the value in real estate when it comes to ultimately conversion, closing deals, making money, is played in the long game. This is the long game. The long game and delayed gratification. And I'm not going to spell that whole thing out. Delayed gratification. not instant gratification. And that's the problem with real estate, is these real estate gurus are giving us this advice, which is creating our addiction to instant gratification, because for years, these are the people we've been listening to. You know, these are the people that have been influencing this industry. And it's bad advice. It's bad advice. It's wrong advice. And for those people that have been following that advice for years, this is going to be hard for you to accept and hard for you to watch, and I understand. But a lot of you I'm friends with, and I know and you know that that advice has kept your production down for years. It's kept you doing 20, 30, 40 deals a year. It's the reason it's kept you from reaching high levels of productivity, because all of your time is only spent on this very, very small percentage of people that are willing to sign a contract today, get married today. When we know as humans that relationships take time, marriages take time to form, they don't happen overnight. Well, it's the same thing. Why would it be any different in real estate sales? It's the same thing in real estate sales. You go and meet somebody face to face for the first time. You build a relationship over time. That builds confidence, it builds trust, and then the conversion starts to happen. So I'm not suggesting that you need to change your mind, or that there's right or wrong necessarily. What I am suggesting today is that what I know to be true for myself, for my students, for the vast majority of real estate salespeople, this is how they actually list homes. Very, very small percentage of the time do you make one phone call, set one appointment, go on that appointment, sign the contract, and it gets sold. Does it happen? Yes. But it's very, very far and few between. And this is what's causing burnout. Real estate agents prospecting hours and hours and hours and hours, trying to find these opportunities, what we call home run opportunities, where my recommendation is that you call, you set a face-to-face meeting just to have a conversation. That's called a base hit. So with that, hopefully this has helped you understand why I believe this is bad advice. Hopefully you have key takeaways to know that you need to play the long game. You need to get in front of as many prospects as possible, face-to-face, belly-to-belly. Build that relationship over time. And my belief is that's how you build a massive listing agent business. So if it's provided you value, before you go, now the vast majority of you probably have not made it to this long because you've been distracted, okay? And that's one of the biggest problems I see why agents can't build a listing business. But if you are here and this has provided you value and good insights, and you've learned something, stay here, hang out with me, subscribe to my channel. If you want to schedule time to talk to me about your business or about our training and coaching opportunity, click the link below this video. Otherwise, I'll see you next week on another video that I'll make when I go deep on insights and tactics and strategies that'll help grow your business and help you become a listing agent. So that's all for this week, and we'll see you guys next week.